Hello and good evening. Welcome to another Spiritual Mind Healing service coming to you from the Temple of Light Center for Spiritual Living here in beautiful Kingston, Jamaica. My name is Carol Campbell and I am a licensed religious science practitioner with the Temple of Light Center for Spiritual Living. Let us begin as we begin all things here at the temple with an affirmative opening prayer. Please join me and close your eyes if you so choose. In this moment, this present moment of now, we recognize that there is one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence that is guiding every word that is spoken, every idea expressed here this evening at our Spiritual Mind Healing service. All are welcome to participate, and all bring their highest and their best to this meeting. In this atmosphere, we are safe and free to express ourselves and to bring light and love and joy and peace. I give thanks for this knowing, and I release these words now into that infinite law as we set about living and being prosperous. I give thanks that all this is now so, and so it is. Welcome. Have a short, about 2 minutes of silence just to get you centered. I'll guide you through the silence to get you centered in this moment. So please close your eyes and take a deep breath in and let it out. And breathe in again slowly, filling your lungs, and release it audibly. One last time. Breathe in and hold it, and breathe out. And as we breathe in, recognize that we are welcoming the life and the love and the spirit of wholeness of being into our physical space, into our physical being. We let the sense of life and love, joy circulate throughout our minds and our bodies, bringing with it light and love and peace and joy. In this knowing, we let go of all that this day has been up until now. We surrender ourselves fully, completely, and effortlessly to this moment and this moment only. Right where we are, all of God is fully present now. As we allow ourselves to be immersed in this consciousness of wholeness and oneness, we know that right where we are is exactly where we need to be, so that whatever it is that we need to hear, whatever we need to know and express, whatever it is that we need to demonstrate as abundant living is right now, wherever we are. I give thanks for this. I release these words now into that infinite love that has already made it so. So it is. Take a deep breath in and breathe out slowly, gently. Take another deep breath in. And we know that as we breathe out, we are breathing all that God is into our atmosphere. So it is. You may open your eyes and be fully present here and now. I'd like to welcome everyone who's here. I can't see the names just now, but welcome everyone who's here. I'm sure that our regulars are here, and I'm hoping that we have some newcomers. I'll see you later. My topic for this evening is prospering outrageously or being outrageously prosperous. First of all, in this month where we've been examining the flow of abundance and how to access it, we access it by positioning ourselves in the middle of the flow, which to my mind is like standing beneath a waterfall and simply letting it cascade over us. There is nothing we need to do to make this happen except to be where the waterfall is. The waterfall doesn't discriminate and withhold the flow because it don't like you, right? It flows with or without you. But if you want to experience the waterfall, you have to make yourself available to it. You get that? You see, like life, the waterfall supports us when we position ourselves to receive. Life supports us unquestioningly wherever we are in consciousness. And wherever we are in consciousness determines the choices we make and the results that we experience. So, prospering outrageously or being outrageously prosperous are not exactly the same thing. How would you define the difference? Which is very subtle. You may open your mic and speak at any time. Is it too early to ask you to talk? Okay, we'll get back to that. Now, I had to check the Webster's Dictionary after I came up with the title. And yes, the title always comes first. What I discovered was there are several meanings to the word outrageous, and they're not all nice. Words such as exceeding normal limits, unconventional, going beyond the standards of what is right or decent, disregard for human rights, deficient in propriety or good taste, exceedingly bad or horrible. Now you can imagine this gave me a little pause. You know, how can I possibly, how can I put a positive spin on something that is by definition basically horrible? So I looked up prosperity. And here's what it says: the condition of being successful, of thriving. And to be prosperous means to enjoy favorable conditions marked by success or economic well being, enjoy vigorous, healthy growth, to flourish. These two seem diametrically opposed to each other. You know, we do have a definition that we use all the time as to what does it mean to be prosperous. And loosely translated, it means that we have available resources to do and to be and to have whatever it is we wish to do, be, and have at any given point in time, as long as it does not interfere with another's thriving and flourishing. So I went to Eric Butterworth, who has a book called Spiritual Economics. And in this book, he says, quite simply, prosperity is spiritual well-being. Now, here's my take. Prospering outrageously would be in sync with the definition of being outrageous, the dictionary definition. Acting outside normal standards of decency and propriety, selfishly disregarding human rights, and basically being horrible while building ego-based wealth. Would you agree? Like I said, you can open your mic at any time. On the other hand, being outrageously prosperous could put the emphasis on recognizing the constant, lavish, unstoppable flow of abundance that is available to us and to all in equal measure. It's about your self-worth, not your net worth. And your self-worth is based on recognition of our spiritual identity. Therefore, if we choose to tune in, to connect with that one power, that one presence, the one source, the one infinite intelligence, which is eternal, changeless, and limitless, and this thing that we call God, being outrageously prosperous is an inevitable consequence. Remember, God has nothing to give us. All was given in the beginning. God gives, we take. God is the thing we desire, and it is already available because it is within us, and we access it through our conscious awareness that we are expressions of an infinite flow of abundance, creativity, and liberty. I want to ask you a question. Without calling any names, can you think of any situations where you would consider some people to be prospering outrageously? You can think of some, but let me say, don't call no names. Anybody? I want to ask you the same question for being outrageously prosperous. You can put some in the chat if you like. Oops, where am I going off now? Chat. Okay, I'm not seeing the chat. Anyway, when you talk about being outrageously prosperous, what comes to my mind immediately is a Jamaican team at the Winter Olympics. Remember, we said Jamaican team, okay? Now, it's no lie that it was egg win at the race, right? So, not only do we have our famous bobsled team, which incidentally has been winning gold medals at other events, they made their debut at the 1988 Winter Olympics in Calgary. Now, I happened to be in Calgary at that time, and I actually worked with the committee. Not only do we have our bobsled team, who are expected to do quite well, we have someone in the downhill slalom. Now, that's a ski downhill at incredible speeds where you're bobbing and weaving through some pointers on the slope. Okay? And we're talking speeds of 100 plus miles per hour going down two little wooden things called skis. We also have someone in the monoslide, which is like a single person version of the bobsled. This is a woman who's driving this, Jamaican. Right? And guess what? We're not coming last in any of these races either. In fact, yesterday in the monosled, Jamaica was ahead of Canada. Jamaica was placed 13th. Canada was about 15th or 16th. Did I say Jamaica? Okay. How outrageous is that? All right. But because of our sheer determination, discipline, and commitments to creative excellence, we have won hearts all over the world. It's not by accident. Dr. Ernest Holmes, in his seminar lectures from 1953, said, and I quote, "The consciousness of abundance is the consciousness of life, of love, of living and giving, of the capacity to be happy. And it should include whatever we need and that which we call money, because it is the medium of exchange." End quote. Now, if you recall, after the Calgary Winter Olympics in 1988, our bobsled team made that very successful movie, Cool Runnings. Now, that is the outrageously prosperous. We must believe we are infinitely, abundantly, lavishly, and relentlessly supplied in order for that to become our experience. If that sounds a little outrageous, when we check our bank accounts, remember that it is impossible to keep from us that which resonates with our consciousness, whether we're talking about money, health, creativity, love, light, whatever. Whatever it is that we decide, we have to first embody that in our consciousness. God can't give you anything that you can't accept. All right? So affirm. I'm not sure if Sandy is on it. If she could write this in the chat as I speak, or you can write it yourself so that you can have it with you. Affirm. My attitude and actions create limitless abundance of every good thing I desire. I welcome all demonstrations of prosperity into all my affairs. Let me say it again a little slower. My attitude and actions create limitless abundance of every good thing I desire. I welcome all demonstrations of prosperity into all my affairs. You get that? Now let it sink in that our economic well-being, our financial success is not entirely based on our education or lack thereof. Thank you very much, Sandy. It's not based on luck, the economy, politics, or who you know. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be added unto you. Seek ye first. Holmes reminds us in another of his lectures, the kingdom of heaven is at hand, which means it is right here and now, right where we are. All people belong to the same kingdom. So you do not rob others by entering into your kingdom of joy and abundance. But whatever you claim for yourself, you must also claim for everyone else. Now, Nora Boyd and Neil Mintz, writing in The Royal Road to Abundance, says in the book, we are meant to receive an abundant life. We are also meant to give. We are not meant to take first without giving, as the law multiplies whatever we give. Nothing multiplied is nothing. So as soon as we have given something, we have crossed over from nothing to something. After that, no matter the size of our giving, we shall receive in proportion. Now, this is not only about money. It speaks to all of ourselves that we can give. Our thoughts, our ideas, our passions, our loves, our dreams. All of these contribute to being outrageously prosperous. Here's an affirmation from Eric Butterworth that I'd like to use to close this evening's presentation. Again, you can write this down. I am secure, for I know who I am, a richly endowed child of God. I live my life from day to day, as if God's supportive substance were as exhaustless and dependable as the air I breathe, which it most certainly is. I'll say it again so that you can catch it.
I was to write that one too.
Yes, please. Ready? I am secure, for I know who I am. I am a richly endowed child of God. I live my life from day to day as if God's supportive substance were as exhaustless and dependable as the air I breathe, which it most certainly is. So now go out.
Sorry, Carol, I lost you from I live my life from day to day. After that, after day to day. Say that again.
As if God's supportive substance were as exhaustless and dependable as the air I breathe, which it most certainly is. Thank you. So my only charge to you now is, starting today, recognize that each of us is individually endowed with all that God is, which means we are already being abundantly prosperous. There is no limit to what we can accomplish, what we can have and be as creations of God. Namaste. Any thoughts? Please open your mic. Let's see if I can. I'm afraid to touch anything on the screen because every time I do, I disappear.
Can you repeat it again, please, one more time?
Which one you want me to repeat?
The last one you just, the one you just said. Okay. To get pen and paper.
Okay, Sandy has it in the chat.
I'm trying to open the chat and the darn thing will not open. Oh, okay.
Right, here you go.
I can take the chat then, but it's not opening at the moment.
Okay, well, I can say it again. I am secure, for I know who I am. Are you writing this down, Dawn?
Yeah, yes, I am.
Okay.
For I know who I am.
A richly endowed child of God.
Child of God.
I live my life from day to day.
Day to day.
As if God's supportive substance
substance.
Whereas, ready?
Yeah, whereas
exhaustless and dependable as the air I breathe.
Breathe. Yes. Yes, got it.
Which it most certainly is.
Oh, definitely. So I'm to repeat this. Okay.
Let's repeat this as often as you like, as a
Mhm.
reminder. So anybody have any thoughts about being outrageously prosperous or prospering outrageously?
Well, I think you gave a very good example, really, the Winter Olympics, because from what I've been reading, it has blown me away. From what I've read,
Oh,
it's
oh yeah.
they're and I mean, Fiat is now using them in an ad.
Yes, I saw
I
that.
mean, they're just expanding and expanding,
Exactly. Exactly.
which is wonderful.
That's it's wonderful. And if any interview that you've heard with them, they always speak about giving. You know, it's not about the taking, it's about giving back and
And this
giving
is
to the
why
communities.
more keeps coming to them.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
You know,
That's
like
true.
the boy says, you can't get without giving.
That's
You
true.
know?
That's so true.
And that is true for everything. For everything. You know, you can't get love if you don't give love. You can't.
That's right. Thank you.
But any other thoughts?
One of the things I know for sure is that if we really applied this understanding, we would never ever be broke.
That's true. That's true. You know, that's where tithing comes in. You know, a lot of people think that tithing means that you're giving something to the church. Yes, you're giving something to the church, but it's also about working with a principle that you give to get. No, that's not a selfish thing. That is how the law works. You give and the law gives back to you. You know, when the Bible talks about all that the Father hath is mine, it's not only speaking about money, because all that the Father hath is all that we are. So whatever it is that is represented in God is also represented in us. So all that God is, we are, including abundantly prosperous.
And just to share, just to share quickly with you something I did recently, as you said about prosperity. I wanted to go to this fundraiser, and I told the person, prosperity must drop into my lap in order for me to attend. And the person wished me well. And I said, yes, it's going to happen. And I went off with a friend because I didn't have the cash to pay for it. I went with a friend, and the friend spent some money using my credit card and giving back the cash, which more than covered what I needed. Now, it may not be seen as prosperity in a sense, but I thought it was. I know how the
Well, of
cash
course,
to pay for what I needed to pay for, and that's what was important to me. You know,
right?
so I
It's
just wanted
genius.
to share that.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we want to limit how prosperity shows up. But
Exactly,
it's a limitless concept.
exactly.
So the guy washing the windshields at Matilda's corner, inevitably he will wash it for free 6 times. You know, the seventh time I may give him $100. You know, he always comes and wash my windshield. You know what I mean? To me, that is prosperity in action,
Yeah, that
right?
definitely is.
Yeah.
I can,
So,
hi, Carol, Roy here. Are you hearing me?
hi. Yes, barely. You need to speak up a bit.
Oh, I hope everybody else can hear me. So I would say that I can give like so many examples of, being prosperous or experiencing, prosperity. I remember that when I first, so I'm a nurse for anybody who does not know my background. So I'm a registered nurse. But when I
Is
first,
it Roy?
pardon me?
Mm-hmm.
Is this Roy?
Yeah.
Yeah. physics and chemistry. But I actually failed out my first year. I was not doing well, and so I had to fail out a few. But then when I was coming from choir practice, someone said to me, "Why don't you do nursing?" And I was like, "Men can become nurses? I've never seen a male nurse in my life." But anyways, I applied, got through to nursing school, and actually I got a full scholarship to do my undergraduate degree in nursing at UP.
Wow.
And the funny thing is, that was the last year they stopped sponsoring nurses to do their bachelor. So I got a full ride, to do my undergraduate degree at UWI. And also I got a full scholarship to do my PhD in nursing at Duke University. So I've been so blessed,
Okay.
because I chose this career path. So, those are just very concrete examples in my life, where I've been, very blessed. But, I have a voice that some people like to hear.
Okay.
So I appreciate
Maybe I should turn it this way. Yeah.
Does someone have a mic open? I'm hearing conversation in the background.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll turn it off.
Okay. Yes, Roy, and we are so incredibly proud of you. You're in Jamaica at the moment.
Thank you. No, I am not. No, I am not. I would be at church, but as soon as I reach, I'll be there on a Sunday. But no, I'm not.
Look forward to seeing you.
Yes,
Man.
yes. So, fingers crossed. Hi, Sunday.
Yes. But if you come back at my rope, you know it.
Bye.
Thanks. Thank you for sharing that.
Definitely.
So, anybody else want to share? We have a little time.
So just a question. What would you say to folks who are feeling that that gap between principle and the practice, or the principle and the reality of full manifestation of abundance and prosperity?
Most often, what gets in the way of the demonstration of prosperous, abundant living is belief in lack.
Lack.
When it's a lack in you or a lack in God, God not quite up to the task. So therefore, I need X amount of money, and I don't know where it's coming from, and I don't know where God going to get it either. Right? So and all of us have these challenges where the end of the month, it comes before the end of the the end of the month, it comes before the end of the month, and it's a bit of a challenge, and it tests our faith, basically. Do we have enough faith in the infinite abundance, relentless givingness of spirit? Because many of us, I'm sure, have examples of just in time, where we thought that it was the end of the rope, now we're going to let go. And all of a sudden we find that the end of the rope is the end of the fall, and we land on solid ground. So what I would say to those who would doubt the efficacy of an infinite abundant life is to activate faith in the positive, faith in the knowing that as a child of God, we are richly endowed. And it is given. Everything that we need has already been given, and it is in us. So we need to recognize where that is. We need to recognize the source, where it is coming from, and then to connect with that source. And forget about all the what ifs and the doubts and the fears. Those will creep in. We are naturally We are human, right? Those doubts and fears will raise their heads occasionally, but we recognize them for what they are, simply faith misplaced.
Okay. It's almost 22.
22. So are there any prayer requests? I have two from other people who have asked me for help.
Not seeing any in the chat. I don't know, Vance, are you seeing anything online?
I'm gonna put something in the chat to the Sunday.
Okay, okay.
Okay, well, while you all think about it, I will do the treatment of light, and I have two requests for help. So I'll start with the treatment of light. As we breathe in this moment, and this moment only, we're recognizing that there is one infinite intelligence that governs all activity, that governs all thought, that governs all desires. This infinite intelligence is supported by the universal spirit. There is a life force that guides every activity on this plane of existence. We participate in this life force. This is the life force that we use as we choose light and liberty and intelligent action. This is the life force that allows us to know the right and perfect activity. It allows us to know and to act on that knowing with faith and with appropriate ease, recognizing that that same intelligence that brought us here, that conducts the movement of the planets and the seasons and life itself on this planet, is that same intelligence that is always guiding us into right, perfect ways of knowing, so that there is no doubt, there is no fear, there is only infinite intelligence, finding its perfect expression in this world as our thoughts, ideas, and activities. As we do this, everyone in our atmosphere is lifted, inspired, and knows within themselves that guiding light is forever on the pathway that we choose, leading us into infinite possibilities of greatness, prospering living, of abundance, of a life that is worthy of us. I give thanks for this knowing now, and I release these words into that infinite love, knowing that it is perfectly, fully active in our lives and affairs now. I give thanks that all this is so. So it is.
It is. Health for Jennifer.
Okay. All right. That's it?
That's all I'm seeing just now.
Okay.
Sunday, I sent you something privately.
Okay.
So, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear what you said, Vance.
No, he just said he sent something to me privately.
Oh, okay. This is an affirmative prayer of health for Courtney, Camille, and Jennifer. And I include myself. God is perfect health, wholeness of being, where every cell, every tissue recognizes its oneness with the ultimate one, that creative source of life itself. Therefore, I am knowing for each person who is requesting an affirmative prayer of health that right now, just as we are, right where we are, health is making itself known. Health is making itself visible. Health is making itself demonstrable in our lives. Every cell rejoices in the recognition of its wholeness right now. Every function is in perfect alignment with that blueprint of wholeness and perfection that we arrived with. Every idea that is expressed about health and wholeness is expressed knowing fully that God is that perfect health that is finding its perfect expression through each one of us now. This perfect expression now comes into realization so that everything that is not aligned with this perfection is now dissolved, eliminated perfectly, permanently from our physical bodies. All that remains is that knowing that right where we are, God is fully expressed. There is nothing to impede this expression. God and only God is fully realized in our physical body now. All that we are is whole and completely well right now, right here, just as we are. We surrender to this knowing and allow this perfecting power and presence, which we call God, to do its perfect work in our physical bodies now, so that wholeness and health is revealed immediately and is sustained by that infinite power that knows how to do this and is now doing this perfectly, effortlessly, easily. God is, we are, and all is perfectly well right now, just as we are. I give thanks as I allow this perfect, powerful presence to do its perfect work in, through, and as each one of us now. I release these words into that infinite law, knowing they are perfectly expressed and demonstrated.
So it is.
Thank you, God. This is so.
Carol, can you do right action in every aspect of Roy's affairs? That's one. Prosperity for Anne. This is for Reverend Anne, I think. And I see Anne JS, I'm assuming. Well, I don't want to assume, but sorry. Prosperity for Pauline R. Beg your pardon.
Yes, thanks.
Okay. All right.
And the divine right order in my life and work. This is Reverend Michael. Right order, right action in my life and right order, okay, in my life and work, Reverend Michael. So that's prosperity for Pauline R, right order in my life, and right action for Roy in all his affairs.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do right action and right order in one.
Mm-hmm.
And then prosperity. And then I'll end with love.
I will embrace the right action as well.
All right. Breathe with me, please. This is an affirmative prayer of right action, right order, divine goodness that is demonstrated in, through, and as the lives and affairs of Roy, Reverend Michael, and Sandy, and whoever else is tuned in to the idea of right order and right action. We know that there is always and only one activity that is taking place. And this activity is ordered by that infinite knower and guide. Through this knowing and this opening our consciousness to be the demonstrated right action of divine order in all our lives and affairs, we open ourselves to receive whatever information it is that we need to demonstrate this idea of right action and right order. We live in a universe of order. That's why we have the sun rising in the east and setting in the west. That's why we know that water is wet. We don't doubt these things. We have complete faith in these things because they have been demonstrated in our lives and affairs. In the same way, we now allow right order and right action to have its place in our lives and affairs, to guide us unerringly along the right pathway, to make the right connections, to have the right ideas, to fulfill our rightful purpose. Everything that we need to know, we know now. Everything that we need to do is revealed to us easily and effortlessly. And every action that we take is a result of us recognizing that right action, right order is already present in our lives and affairs. Therefore, it allows us to move with alacrity, to take purposeful decisions, and to just allow ourselves to answer whatever we are called to do and to be, knowing that whatever it is, we will know at the right time and in the right way that we can move on these urgings fearlessly. Whatever it is we need to know, we know. I know now for Roy and Reverend Michael and Sandy that there is no doubt in their minds. They courageously step forward into whatever is being revealed to them. They surrender to the idea of perfect order, divine right action. Whatever it is that they're being guided to do, to be, to have, to say, to move, they do so in faith, knowing that divine order is already established in their lives and affairs. They simply follow the directives that they're given. I give thanks for this knowing, and I release these words now into that infinite intelligence where divine order resides, where right action is always taking place. I give thanks for this. I release these words now. Let them be so. So it is.
I don't have any more this side.
Okay. This is an affirmative prayer of prosperity for Pauline. There is one source. This is God. There is one infinite, limitless outpouring of everything that is needed to live a prosperous, abundant life. So I am knowing here and now for Pauline that whatever is apparently blocking the pathway, the demonstrated prosperity that is available, whatever obstacles happen to be in the way are now dissolved and eliminated so that she enjoys prospering abundance that is hers to enjoy. All her needs are met in ways that she cannot even imagine. It is not necessary for her to know how. All that she needs to know is that prosperity is hers and is available. So she now opens her mind to accept, knowing that she is worthy and deserving of all the prosperity that is available to her. And all the prosperity that is available is all the prosperity that there is. Opening up mind, heart, wallet, bank account. She says, yes, pour it on, God.
Yes.
I'm ready. Fill it up. I accept with open-hearted gratitude that prosperity is mine. All that the Father has is mine. I accept it with grace and gratitude, and I share it abundantly. As I give, I know that it is replenished to fulfill all of my affairs perfectly and to grow and to flourish and to be ever more abundantly giving. Prosperity is because God is. Prosperity is about liberty, about being able to live life fully, in joy, and in wealth. We accept, we enjoy, we share, and we give thanks. All this is already so. So it is.
And so it is. Okay, so Leighton says that he accepts this affirmation of prosperity for himself and his children. Thank you. And so
Who says that?
Leighton.
Ah, okay.
All right, I
What
don't
would
have any slides, Carol, so just basically the same things, and perhaps, and I think the workshop, perhaps Jennifer can.
I have the list of events here.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah. I'm not sure who is on next week. Who is it? Don't know. But next week, Tuesday, same time, same place, for another spiritual mind healing service with one of our practitioners on Zoom or YouTube platform. Watch out for the link. If you're not on our mailing list, you won't get the link. So, call the office or just put in an email that you'd like to be on the mailing list. Oh, Gima is next week. Okay, doke. Our brief therapist, Lorraine Jones Lawrence, continues her Tuesday evening special gathering from 6 to 7:30 in the book room at the temple. This is in person. And the topic, oops, oh no, that's gone already. There's a special one earlier on navigating loss. But her therapy sessions continue from 6 to 7:30 in the book room. On Thursdays, we have prayer power from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. on the Zoom platform as well. And we have a book study. The book is Shortcut to a Miracle, and the book study will be conducted by Reverend Sonia Davidson, Thursday evenings at 7. This is on Zoom as well. The contribution is 1,500 Jamaican dollars per session. Coming up on Sunday, March the 8th at 5:30 p.m. at Little Theater, the practitioners at the temple are putting on a benefit performance of Basil Dawkins' play, A Rose of Sharon. If you have attended any of Basil Dawkins' performances, you know that it is not only humorous, but there is lesson to be learned through the humor, through the drama. So we have tickets available. The tickets are $3,500 each. So please contact any of us for tickets. March the 8th at 5:30 p.m. at the Little Theater. And we prefer that the tickets are sold ahead of time, not at the door. So please contact us. We have prayer support with a practitioner from 8 a.m. until 12 midnight. The number to call is 876-289-0907. There's also prayer support available with Reverend Dr. Michelle Senegal. You access that through our website, through our page. It's prayer.templeoflightcsl.org. And now for the significant event to contribute. If you have found meaning and solace and inspiration through any of the programs that we offer, including our Tuesday evening service, we encourage you to donate to continue the services that we offer. You may donate in Jamaican dollars or in US funds to donate.templeoflightcsl.org, and all the transfer information is available there. I think that's it. Let us now do the prayer of Jamaica and the prayer of our center. Y'all know the prayer of Jamaica by now, right? The prayer by heart. Prayer of Jamaica. The radiant light of God's love is now
flowing through us and from us.
Everyone.
Blowing
eternal light of God's love now completely fills, covers, surrounds our life. The glowing intensity of the light of God now interpenetrates
within the hearts of our countrymen and women. The truths of life free.
The light of God's love is growing and glowing in the hearts and minds of mankind.
Love,
health, harmony, goodwill, peace,
uprightness, integrity, joy, pity, goodness,
kindness,
our oneness, and now established. And so it is.
And so it is. And if you are in a position and ready to make a donation online, Let us say the
prayer of
affirmation.
Jamaica, the prayer of Jamaica.
We're going to do the affirmation
Oh, okay,
for the offering first.
okay.
So,
Lovingly,
lovingly I give,
joyfully,
joyfully
be thou
be
fruitful
thou fruitful,
and
increase,
multiply,
bless,
prosper
prosper,
and enrich
and enrich everyone with and replenish all of my financial affairs. So be it. Thank you, and so it is. And now let us do the prayer of the center. The Temple of Light,
The Temple of
center
Light, Center for Spiritual Living,
The
is a
sacred
sacred
to you, embodying
embodiment
our
guardian of
spiritual
spiritual
community,
from
of
which
from which
Christ,
Christ,
peace,
and
love,
joy
and
and
emanate,
joy emanate,
touch to heal,
touch
to
for
bless,
healing,
bless,
to
to prosper, and
and
to
to
liberate
liberate
anyone
anyone
who
who
comes in
comes in
contact with it in any way. In
any
light of the
that
Christ,
will Christ the
illuminate
luminous
us,
our
our
center and
center,
our
center
our
and
environment,
our
environment, our
spiritual
spiritual community is
community
filled with and
surrounded by
surrounded by the
surrounded by the
presence of
God
presence of God,
is
and is
flowing
growing from
flowing from
strength to strength. The power of
our
God
God,
expands our
stands out,
consciousness of truth,
us ceaseless
guiding us
guiding
ceaselessly along the
ceaselessly along
paths
the path of
wisdom,
wisdom,
growth and unfold.
spiritual growth,
growth,
and
and
attainment.
we,
miracles.
we are blessed.
God be the
And
honor
to
To
God
God
be the honor
be
and glory
so
forever.
it is.
And so it
and
is.
so it is.
Amen. Excuse me. So now let us do our closing affirmative prayer. This is after 7. I'll make it quick. We give thanks for this meeting this evening. We give thanks for the ideas expressed. We give thanks for the demonstrations that are now taking place as a result of this evening's service. I know that every desire that we have is a desire that is coming from the Father, from the Mother, from our spirit, from that power and presence inherent in us that desires only the best for us. So I give thanks for this knowing. And I know that as we go our separate ways this evening, we go with intention, we go with purpose, we go with light and love, and we go knowing that God is all. Therefore, God is our lives and affairs. Thank you, God, for being, for allowing us to be. And so it is. Amen. Okie doke.
Thank you, Carol.
And it's